Done by Dorothy here. This is Dorothy, and I am here today to sort of share with you how I know everybody does things different, if I need to tea dye something really fast, I don't want to go through the effort of using the oven and, you know, doing a whole bunch of stuff. Then I have this. This is the top off of a cupcake baking tray that, you know, you pop on the top and you clip it down on top of the tray. Well, it looks like this when it goes on the tray. So, you know, your cupcake topping and icing and stuff doesn't get bad. So that's what this is. And I just use it as like a spray pan because I don't want, you know, a bunch of overspray. This is a water bottle I got from IKEA. I paid like 34 cents for it. So I use that. The mixture that I use is I use 1 cup of 91%, and I use 91%. I buy mine at Walmart. It's like $2 and something for a huge bottle. Actually, I think I have it. Let me grab it real fast and I'll show you. It's the Equate brand. It's 91% isopropyl alcohol. It's like maybe like 272, 276, something like that. But it is a quart bottle. So you get 4. I can fill this 4 times out of this, so it lasts for quite a while. And I use a cup of the 91% isopropyl alcohol and 1/4 cup of, and you can do 1/8 if you want it lighter, or 1/4 if you want more, of instant coffee. Now I don't mix it in here at first. I put it in a canning jar, the 1 cup of alcohol, the 1/4 cup of coffee, and shake it really good. I mean, I shake it really, 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 really good. Then I strain it through a coffee filter from 1 canning jar into another canning jar because I don't want any clumps of the coffee and stuff like that. Then that's left before all because there will be some sludge and stuff that'll settle on the bottom. I leave all that in the original canning jar, and then the next time I'll add like 1/8 of a cup of instant coffee and alcohol because there's some of that sludge in there, so it sort of makes a whole new batch. So you only have to use about half the amount of coffee the next time. But after I strain it, I put it in my bottle, and then like I'm gonna do some tea bags. I just sort of, let me get my spray bottle going. Sometimes it acts goofy. Well, I opened it up, so now it's got a, there it goes. It just takes a while a little bit, and then I just spray it, and I can sort of guess, you know, how dark I want it, how light I want it to be. And again, those are tea bags, so it does have, you will get bits of, even with the coffee when you strain it, there's still going to be bits of stuff. I just make sure they're covered really good. Let me pull this over. And then I have a heated craft tool. This is a really old one. This is like, 15 years old. I just hit it with a blow dryer, and it doesn't take that long because of it being alcohol. So with it being alcohol, it dries pretty fast. You know, and obviously the more you use. So I'm actually going to be doing some cheesecloth too, so I'm going to use my cheesecloth. Dab up any extra, wipe the bottom, and you know, that'll help stain your cheesecloth too. That way it's not sitting in a puddle of water trying to dry. Sort of it's banging loud, so I just sort of use it, set it to the side. It's not going to hurt anything. And it doesn't take that long to dry because the alcohol evaporates really, really fast. I mean, you'll probably be able to watch it. It's just a little bit, a matter of seconds, and the air starts getting to it. And I just keep flipping them over because, and now these are the large tea bags. I actually get these. They come out of the, I think these were actually Bigelow. The raspberry lemonade iced tea packages is what they were. And then I just keep them, let them dry, dump this stuff out of the inside of them. And, you know, sometimes it hangs around. Okay, see, those are done. Okay, so I'm going to do two things. The cheesecloth, so let me just spray them while they're in here together. And the cheesecloth won't be as bad because it dries pretty fast. The alcohol it stinks, but it's not horrid. I sort of like doing like this because I can control how dark. If I want it really, really dark, then, you know, I spray a little more there. If I want it lighter, then I spray a lighter amount. So you can sort of, you know, get some dark places and some light places. Now, if you don't want to set and spray everything, because I know it can get tedious, especially if you're in a hurry, you can just make up the mixture. I'll put this up at the top. You can make up the mixture and just dump some in your bowl. And you can do the same thing with tea. If you're going to do tea, though, you have to let your tea bag set. I get like the iced tea ones and let it set. Then I'm just going to sit and squish this with my hands. Let me put my last thing in there. I was at the Dollar General and they had two of these doilies. They were like 50 cents for a thing. So you just sit and squeeze it, work it with your hands. Like that definitely needs some more. Try to save time so you guys don't have to sit there and watch. I can dump some more in there. So, I mean, the alcohol is a little bit more expensive, it seems, than, you know, making some tea and putting it in the oven. But you also have the electricity that, and, you know, depending on how you dry, you know, I do a couple sheets at a time. It can take me quite a bit of time to, you know, get a batch. You can also do this with paper. If you're running low and you need just a couple pieces, or you're doing a project where you need a couple pieces, you don't have to, you know, do the whole oven, or you don't have the time to do it, you're in a rush. Okay, there's that. So then I just sort of start spraying it and it'll dry. Now you can just hang this up and, you know, 10 minutes, walk back, it'll be dry. Because the alcohol does evaporate. That doesn't take that long though. But I know some of you guys were asking, and I know there's a lot of videos out there on how to tea dye your paper, as far as like popping it in the oven and that type of thing, but not really an alternative on, you know, how to do it really fast if you need to. And again, you know, if you wanted this dark, you could, you know, darken it up. You can also, if you want to make different colors, you can add, you know, your distress ink, your reinkers, you know, that type of thing you can add to it. And just keep flipping it so that's dry. Doesn't take long at all. Get my ribbon out here. I try to dry one thing at a time, just because, you know, the less that you have. And I just move the tool over it. And I know this is probably aggravating because, you know, you hear that buzz, but I wanted to show, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me. If not, I'll remake another video and dub over. I mean, technically, I guess I could have made this and dubbed and then redone it, but I sort of like explaining as I go, and I'm not a big one on dubbing my voiceover. It's not voiceovers. So, that's done. And the cheesecloth goes really fast because there's just not a lot to it. So you can see, you know, the places where I squirted a little bit more. And it does just like your paper in the, like paper does just like you do in the oven. I might try to find a piece and do a piece of paper so you guys can see. It goes really fast. And it has lighter spots and darker spots. I mean, it depends on, you know, how dark you want it to be. And again, you can use your colors. That one's dry. You know, and the more, like this one, you can tell I put more coffee on it down here. So you can see where that darker spot is. And like I said, the cheesecloth dries pretty fast. You know, depending on, this is a heat tool, so it's a little bit hotter than a hairdryer. But a hairdryer does a lot more as far as wind. So, yep, that's done. Okay, let me turn this off. Grab a few little pieces of paper. Here's just a few little notebook papers that I had. And I'll spray these. Okay. Then I'll turn it on and start drying. And it doesn't take that long. It does pretty fast. Now, obviously, if you pick that up and it's not against the thing, it dries faster. You let it get some air. And so you can see where the spatters are, which I sort of like. This isn't, this bottle is actually an unstrained bottle because it gives that extra splatters, and I like that, so that one's done. So, you know, if you just have a few things to do, it's a really fast way to do it. It's dry. That's it, guys. So, let's put this out of the way. We have our 4 pieces of paper. See if you guys can see this really good. And they did. You know, if you don't want that, like I said, just strain it through a coffee filter. We got 2 pieces of our cheesecloth. We have our lace. And our doily. So that was it. I just wanted to bring you along for the ride while I did that. So I hope, oh, and our tea. We got 2 tea bags, which is what I needed to do. I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, it's 1 cup of alcohol to 1/8 to 1/4. You can sort of play with that. I mean, you can start with a tablespoon and get really light. You know, what I would do is, you know, maybe use a little bit of coffee. If, you know, you want it darker, you know, you can use like some of your distress ink, re-inker, like your vintage photo or your black soot, you know, something like that that adds a little bit of darkness to it. This was just straight coffee. So I will let you go. I hope you guys are having a good day, and we will chat again later. Bye. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.